road. You'll see old residential buildings around. This one is also an old residential building. On the third floor of this building lived Mahatma Gandhi's friend's family. Reva Shankar Zaveri studied law with Mahatma Gandhi when he was studying in England. Whenever Mahatma Gandhi came to Mumbai from 1917 to 1934, because he did not own his own house in the city, he stayed with this friend's family on the third floor of this building. In 1955, the Gandhian committee bought it over and dedicated it as a museum. Mahatma Gandhi came from an upper class family. His father was the prime minister of a coastal town in Gujarat called Porbandar. After he finished his education, he went to England to do law. Came back a barrister but was not a very successful lawyer. Worked at the Bombay High Court for some time but was not successful. He was then invited by Indian businessman because he worked for a company in Mumbai in the account section. They had an office in Durban in South Africa, and that's how he went to Durban. When he was in South Africa, one day he was traveling in a first class compartment. Though he had a valid ticket, in those days only whites could travel first class. So when the train came to Pietermaritzburg railway station, there was a complaint from a white passenger that Mahatma Gandhi was not white and he was traveling first class. The police came and asked him to get into the second class. He had a valid ticket, he refused to go. They then threw him onto the platform with his bag and baggage. The next train available was only next morning. Temperatures were very low, and this is the incident that changed the course of his life. He decided to fight for equality from then on. He then fought for the Indians in South Africa because they had to pay a £3 tax. And when he heard the Indians were fighting against the British rule, he left South Africa, came back to India to help the leaders who had started the movement against the British. He then got independence for India through non-violence, truth and passive resistance. He had 4 sons. None of his 4 sons returned from South Africa back to India. They say he and his sons never enjoyed a great relationship because they felt he really never gave them a family life. So they were not much heard of. Indira Gandhi is not the daughter of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhi had 4 sons. Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of India. He had only 1 child. Her name was Indira Nehru. She married a person by the family name Gandhi, and so she was called Indira Gandhi. Okay. When we go into this building, on the first floor we are going to see a library. I'll explain the library once we go there. On the second floor there's a picture gallery, black and white pictures. Yeah.